Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Discriminating Gamer, the board game review show that knows that Jan got married at 14 to a racketeer named Bill. She made secret calls to the Monkey Man from a mansion on the hill. Speaking of Monkey Man, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at Streets of Arkham, the latest expansion to Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition from Fantasy Flight Games. I don't know, he's a monster? In Streets of Arkham, the latest expansion to Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition from Fantasy Flight Games, 1 to 5 players, of course, take on different scenarios as they battle different monsters and hope to solve the mystery of specific scenarios. Now, this new expansion also is accompanied by the release of several free scenarios that you can download onto your electronic device. There is Astral Alchemy, Gangs of Arkham, and Ill-Fated Exhibit. You can go ahead, you can download these, put those on your iPad, your computer, what have you, and then, of course, that guides the game as per Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition. But let's take a look and see what exactly this box will bring to your game. So first of all, this is a big box expansion. It brings a number of new tiles. I believe 17 new tiles to your game. Now, of course, lots of different rooms and different places you can go and visit, and that is very, very cool and fun. Again, mixing up your game quite a bit. Now, also, too, this game has more cards, more minis, and some more tokens. The game also comes with several new monsters. Of course, you have the bases and the tokens that slide into them, and then, of course, you have the really cool monster mini sculpts that look fantastic here as well. You have the skeletons, you have the Lloigor, which are these big, ugly monsters, and then, of course, you have these star vampires. And these, you know, as I recall, when I was in grade school, I read a choose-your-own-adventure novel titled Star Vampire. Where will this review go next? Turn to page 42 to find out. Don't. It's a video. The game also boasts something called Elixirs. Now, these are new cards. Elixirs are like chemical compositions that, of course, can help investigators in different ways during their journeys. But again, it's another new deck of cards, as though Mansions of Madness didn't have enough decks of mini cards already. A lot of real estate in this game. But the Elixirs are there as well. You also have new tokens called improvements. Now, what improvements are is they essentially will give you a permanent boost to one of your abilities. You know, lore, strength, will. So it'll give you like an extra point. You just have a token there, you put it next to you, which sounds great. But of course, sometimes you will have negative effects that target investigators that have an improvement token. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. You do get an extra die in those specific skill checks, but you are susceptible to some evil, bad things happening to you as well. There are some new puzzles in this game as well, the tower puzzle, and some other little fun and interesting and unique surprises. You also, of course, have new investigators. The investigators in this set include Diana Stanley, the reformed cultist, Finn Edwards, the bootlegger, Marie Lambeau, the entertainer, and Tommy Muldoon, that plucky rookie cop. All of these new investigators, of course, bring their own interesting stats and stories to the game, and of course you have a mini for each of them as well. As in all Mansions of Madness games, this is all about the scenarios, the stories, and how you choose to move through them. Of course, your characters are trying to solve puzzles, they're trying to gain clues, they're trying to gain important items that will help them fight monsters and learn more about what is going on. If the investigators can fulfill the specific mission objectives, the scenario objectives, then of course they win Mansions of Madness. Otherwise, the monsters win. So, as many of you know, Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition is an amazing game. I have loved this game so much. I enjoyed the original 1st edition of Mansions of Madness Second edition is so much better. It's so much more streamlined and easier to put together and to play. And I will say this is one of the few games I actually enjoy playing solo. It's fun. It's creepy. It's a good story. I'll play this game sometimes alone, and it's like I'm watching a movie. But again, I'm participating in it, and I love it. I actually prefer this game with lower player count. So I like playing with 2 or 3 players. I played a few games with 5, and to me, it takes too long. It's a longer game, not a long game, but a longer. It's not a short, light game. And of course, that depends on the scenarios. But I prefer a smaller player count, and I enjoy playing it solo. This particular expansion brings a lot of cool things. The new monsters are awesome. The sculpts for the monsters are incredible, as they always are for this game. They're good. I really like them, and I like what they bring to the game. I like the investigators. I think, by and large, they're pretty fun. They bring some fun backstories and some interesting concepts there as well that I like. One thing I really do like about this expansion is the improvement tokens, because again, they are that double-edged sword. They help you out so much in the skill checks, but then kind of when the mythos phase happens and, this effect targets all investigators with improvements like, so it's really, like I said, a double-edged sword, but it's really fun because you're loving having these extra abilities and you hate it when the mythos phase comes and it targets you. So I like that a lot. I've only played through one scenario a couple of times, still haven't beaten it, but that's more because of the way I'm playing it. I'm sure it's beatable, but I just haven't gotten that far yet. But I really like that. I'm looking forward to playing the others as well. Scenario, solid. The Elixirs are good. To me, again, it seems like it is just another little deck you manage, and there are some fun things there, but it's to me it was a little unnecessary. It's not bad. I don't have any problems with it. It just seems like it's another deck to manage. So it's like, okay, whatever. Fun to play with, sure. If you're like me and you're a Mansions of Madness completist, of course you already have all the other tiles, so I don't even have the original boxes anymore. I just keep the whole thing in a big crate where I keep all the tiles. I keep some Plano boxes that keep all the figures and cards and stuff like that and tokens. So this is a game that if you keep up on it, there's a lot to store, and it does take up a lot of room when you play, which is another reason why I like smaller player counts. But I enjoyed this expansion. I love Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition, and this expansion just is some more good stuff, some more evolutions. There's no great groundbreaking evolution here that I'm seeing or innovation to the game that this expansion brings, but you don't need that. Sometimes you just need more of what you love, and this is giving you more of what you love. If you like Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition, or if you're like me and you love it, you'll want to pick this up. No question. You'll want to pick up this expansion. If you haven't played Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition, go do it right now. Seriously. Find the means to play this game because it is really, really a lot of fun. One of the best storytelling games out there, and the integration of the app is done so well. So the recommendation for the discriminating gamer for Mansions of Madness Streets of Arkham is buy it. Thank you once again for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, we ask you to please leave a comment for us on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page, or on thediscriminatinggamer.com. We ask you to please like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter. We are The Discriminating Gamer, and I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I think of Tweeter. Sometimes I think of Jan. Sometimes I don't think about nothing but the Monkey Man.
Please somebody help me on my feet again, and I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been. Please somebody help me on the solid ground. It's a long time, and I've been dying. Once a year I wind up in the band.
The swine